day 10 of my water-only fasting journey. And it's weird that I'm having all these stressful situations happen. A close family member of mine got in a car accident this morning. And of course had an anxiety attack and I had to go over there. She's okay, but it was still a massive, stressful situation. So I haven't done my weight for the day, and I'm actually recording this a little bit later than usual. But if I can go through this and still do all my daily activities and still go through massive swings of anxiety and stress, then, I mean, pretty much anybody can go through it, I guess. But an interesting thing happened to me last night. I got up this morning, I could feel my lungs kind of like a congestion. And I got up this morning and I actually started coughing up stuff from my lungs. And that does happen. Looking back at the case studies in the past and looking at different doctors, like stuff will come out through your skin, your sinuses, I mean, everything. Sometimes people throw up, on day 5, day 14, day 21. I mean, everybody's different. Now, I live in Houston, so I mean, we have pretty toxic air, and I travel all the time, and I mean, I do have an air purification system in my house and my office, and I try to keep my air clean at all times, but 50 years of breathing toxic air, and I mean, just black stuff was coming up out into the sink. I mean, it was pretty nasty. So I consider that a great thing. I mean, I consider that a great thing. Anything that you see that's coming out of your body that's not supposed to be there would be a positive thing. I do want to mention, though, that I have been studying fasting almost exclusively for a year and a half now. I've been doing intermittent fasting. I've done multiple 3-day fasts. I've done 6-day fasts, water fast. I actually hired a research assistant a year and a half ago to do nothing but work and try to find as much research on water fasting as they could. And I'm writing a book, which is going to be out hopefully in January, possibly February, on water-only fasting and the benefits. And I'm trying to gather as much information as I can on the topic. And let me tell you, most of that information has been suppressed because it is one of the most powerful healing mechanisms known to man. Eating therapeutic organic foods and juicing is very beneficial and therapeutic. But what you can do in 3 months of juicing, you can do in 3 days of water fasting. And that was proven by a USC study showing that 72-hour water fast actually stimulates immune cells and regenerates the immune system. From an early age, you are taught that you need to eat more and more and more and more. And now with all the processed foods, your body is overwhelmed with all these toxins and everything that's coming into it on a daily basis. Imagine this, one fast food meal with, let's say, a hamburger, French fries, a shake, a soda, all of that stuff can take your body 80% of its energy levels for up to 72 hours to digest. People say, well, why is it so important to stop the digestive process? Well, think about it. All of your body's energy that you need to heal on a daily basis, if your digestive system is working overtime, that's just with one meal. Now put 2 or 3 or 4 meals on there. So in other words, 80 to 90% of your body's energy stores every single day are being used for the digestion process. How on earth is your body ever going to heal itself? So that's why fasting is a vacation for your body, your mind, and your soul. When your digestive system stops, your body finally says, it's like going to the spa. Your body can finally utilize all of that energy to start healing and repairing and regenerating all of that tissue that diseased tissue, and detoxifying all of that garbage that's been sitting in your body for so long. Ketones. And ketones are 6.6. Glucose 49, ketones 6.6. It is the afternoon update. So I've had a super busy day today from early this morning, and was out with my kids all day, pretty active. I have to say I'm not feeling 100%. I mean, I still feel a little bit fatigued, but my eyes are also have been a little bit blurry, so I'm kind of wondering what's going on there. I actually had radiokeratotomy done on my eyes a long time ago, before the laser, when they actually slit my eyeball. And so I'm wondering if that might have something to do with it. I'm hoping that maybe my body is healing that scar tissue that might be in my eyes still. That would be great, because about 2 years ago I had to actually break down and get reading glasses when I was about 48. And when I went in, they said I made it another 10 years for most guys that end up coming in for reading glasses at 38. So at least that was good, but it would be great if my eyes healed. That would be incredible. So a little bit of blurry vision, not feeling dizzy at all. I wasn't able to take my weight again this morning because I forgot to bring my scale with me. All in all, seems like I'm doing a pretty good job. I did want to answer one additional question. My mental clarity, I can't say my mental clarity is really sharp. You know, that's one thing that people say when they're fasting, that they just have this sharp mental clarity. For me, I think it's almost the opposite. I mean, I can't say that, you know, I have this super sharp mental clarity. Maybe that'll go. I mean, things change on a daily basis, so there's no telling what I'm going to experience from day to day. The question is, what about spring water? It contains minerals. Wouldn't that trigger the digestive system? I think that's a great question, because I wanted to address the reason why not to add anything to water. So if you add apple cider vinegar, or if you add salts to the water, that will activate your digestive system. The difference with spring water is those minerals are in a colloidal state. They're natural. They're wrapped around in the water. So you're not adding anything additional to the water, so that your body doesn't recognize it as something additional that's been added. And you know, I'm just going off of what all of the research that I've found. I mean, maybe it doesn't. I don't know for sure. I don't think, honestly, that anyone's ever studied it and seeing, well, if I did add apple cider vinegar, would that stimulate digestion? If I did add Himalayan salt, would that stimulate digestion? I don't know. I'm just going off the research. Water fasting, even though it's been used for thousands of years, there's still very little current research on what it does to the body. So, I mean, there's a lot of questions that I'd like answered as well. And I think that more and more people that get into it, and since it's a very trending topic right now, I think that hopefully we'll be able to answer some of those questions eventually with the technology that we have today and all of the testing methodologies that we have today. I'm really looking forward to finding out a lot of those things myself. But I can tell you this, in the fasting programs that I've done before, if I added organic apple cider vinegar or even a little bit of kombucha, I noticed a big difference, and I noticed that I was hungry. So that kind of tells me. And then when I did it with pure water, I did not feel those. As far as hunger goes, I've not been as hungry as I was on day 9. or day 8. I mean, day 8 and day 9 were pretty rough for me, and this morning was very rough on me again too, with the anxiety and the stress levels that I'm having to go through. But you know, meditation helps out a lot with that. I'm actually just doing some relaxation now at a lake near Houston. All in all, today went fairly well. You know, all the reports that I gave you were, you know, not too many different changes that were happening today, although I did have hunger a couple times, and energy levels still a little bit low, but you know, hopefully that'll change tomorrow, taking it day by day, and I will update you guys in the morning.